It is essential that the current time find its own investigators, its own interpreters. Only one who has lived our days, suffered our pains, witnessed our crimes, betrayed our faiths, and who has had beyond that the passionate need to discover truth, the good and evil of our times, only such a one can be our spokesman in the theatre.
The Alkazi Theatre Archives is a privately owned collection initiated in 2016 and located at the Alkazi Foundation for the Arts, New Delhi. While the archive contains materials from post-independence modern Indian theatre, it believes that a dialogue with contemporary practices allows for a telescopic view of how historical contexts and legacies of theatre practice have informed different theatre content and form. This allows us to trace historical chronologies, ideologies, methods, processes as a map that is complex, hypertextual, and networked. Can theatre be considered a lens through which history can be read? To link theatre and history is to consider artistic practice a methodology and a tool. The Alkazi Theatre Archives also looks to connect families of vocabularies that are not connected by default by proposing new linkages across different creative practices. Both theatre and photography hold theatricality, performativity, representation, visuality, authenticity, and liveness as important points of reference. The Theatre Photography Grant hopes to open up a dialogue, which can also be an encounter between both these practices, an opportunity to challenge these conceptual frameworks. The entanglement of performance and photography can take different forms. The photographic image is an important source for scholars and practitioners. Photography can influence theatre practice and can serve as a dramaturgical raw material, or it can be performative in its own right. We received proposals that dealt with these two words in a number of ways. Some proposals were for important theatre documentation, using the photograph not as theatrical residue, but as visual history, a cultural history. Some used theatre forms as a device in and of staging, while others used the performative body to articulate an image or an idea. Yesterday we presented two proposals selected as special mention by the jury comprised of Richard Schechner, Diana Campbell-Betancourt, and Avik Sen. These photographers are Reshma Tilar and Ashish Sahu. This evening we look forward to introducing the awardee of the Theatre Photography Grant 2020.